Hi there everyone and welcome to Get Strumming. Now on this day of recording, which is the 9th of September 2022, it's the first day of mourning for all the people in Great Britain and indeed many people across the planet after the passing away of Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II. And I thought, what better way to pay tribute to her would be to do a tutorial for the Beatles' magnificent last song of Abbey Road, Her Majesty, written by Paul McCartney. Now, I'm not sure, but I think this song might have been written as part of the White Album demos back in 1968. I know it was definitely rehearsed during the Get Back sessions in 1969. And originally it was supposed to be included between Mean Mr. Mustard and Polythene Pam. If anyone's familiar with the Beatles' Abbey Road, there's a medley of songs and it was supposed to sit in between those two songs. In fact, if you look on YouTube, you'll be able to find a version of the medley with Her Majesty reinstated between these two songs. Anyway, at the final mixdown, it was decided that the song should be taken out. So it was literally cut out of the tape. But the engineer was always told, whatever you do, don't throw anything away. So what he did was he tagged Her Majesty onto the end of the leader tape of the Abbey Road master tapes. And apparently the Beatles were listening to the final mix of the entire album, and obviously it gets to the end, and in the end I love you tape, and the orchestra finishes, and then there's silence, and then obviously here comes Her Majesty about 15 seconds later that was tagged on by the engineer, and the Beatles must have thought, leave it in. A great little joke, because they did the same thing with the run out groove on Sergeant Pepper. Never could be any other, never could be any other. So they thought, oh, we'll leave it in as a bit of a joke. So there it stands to this day. So here we go anyway. So I'll first of all play the song and then I'll go through the chords. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she doesn't have a lot to say. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she changes from day to day. Wanna tell her that I love her a lot, but I gotta get a belly full of wine. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, someday I'm gonna make her mine. Oh yeah, someday I'm gonna make her mine. Okay, so short and sweet song. A few chords in there actually, but I've simplified it anyway. I've brought it down from a D major to a C major just because the chords are slightly easier to play. So here we go. So we're gonna be using a C major. So that's third finger, third fret, first string. Then we're going to be using an A7. So you've got your first finger on the first fret, third string. Then we've got a D7. So that's using your first finger across the second fret, and then your third finger on the third fret, first string. And then we've got a G7. So we're using our first finger on the first fret, second string, second finger, second fret, third string, third finger, second fret, first string. Then these are chords that I decided to use. I don't know whether they fit the Beatles original, but they certainly sound okay. So we've got an A minor here. So we're using our second finger, second fret, fourth string. Then the next chord is a C major 7 augmented fifth. It's actually easier to play than it is to say. And using your first finger on the first fret, fourth string, third finger, second fret, first string. Then we've got a C7, nice easy chord here. So that's using your first finger on the first fret, first string. Then we've got an F major. So using your first finger, first fret, second string, second finger, second fret, fourth string. And then we've got an F minor. So using your first finger, first fret, fourth string, second finger, first fret, second string, and fourth finger, third fret, first string. And that's it for chords. So there are all the chords. Obviously, I'm going to put a link in the description to this tutorial, so you'll get all the chords and lyrics that you can have a look over afterwards. Okay then, so let's start off on the C. So what I'm doing is a kind of flick, down, up, down, up, down, up, flick, down, up, down, up, down, up. So it's a nice kind of upbeat little rhythm. So it's flick with your finger on the bottom string, and then just a down, up, down, up, down, up. But if you struggle with that, as I always say, just keep it simple and just do simple downstrokes like that. Both work just as well. But if you can do the fast rhythm, it just means that it makes the song bounce along nice and easy. Okay, so we're going to start off with a C. Her Majesty's a A7, pretty nice girl, but she D7, doesn't have a G7, lot to see, say. Her Majesty's a A7, pretty nice girl, but she D7, changes from day to day. Now we go to the G7 and we can do this little bit, little hammer on with your fourth finger on the 3rd fret 1st string. So you're doing a kind of down, up, and then just hammer on with your little finger on the 3rd fret 1st string. Down, up, and then do a downstroke with your little finger on, and then a downstroke with your little finger off. So that's just kind of following what Paul McCartney does on the guitar. The next bit is A minor. Wanna tell her that then the C major 7 augmented 5th. Tell her a lot, but and then C7. Gotta get a belly full of, and then F, wine, F minor. Her Majesty's a, and then back to C. Pretty nice, A7. Girl, some D7, damn gonna G7, make a C, minor, A7, yeah, some D7, damn gonna G7, make a, and then C, mind, and then you can finish it off, which the Beatles don't do because the last chord was chopped off, G7, C. So there we go. So I'll just go through that again. Seeing as it's such a short song, I'll go through the tutorial again. C, Her Majesty's a A7, pretty nice girl, but she D7, doesn't have a G7, lot to see, say. Her Majesty's a A7, pretty nice girl, but she D7, changes from day to day, G7 with your little hammer on. Now we go to the A minor. Wanna tell her that C major 7 augmented 5th. Tell her a lot, but I've C7. Gotta get a belly full of F, wine, F minor. Her Majesty's a C, pretty nice, A7. Girl, some D7, damn gonna G7, make a C, minor, A7, yeah. D7, someday I'm gonna G7, make a C, G7, G7C, mine. So there you go. Should we have a go at playing it together now? I'll keep it slow for all you beginners there who want to kind of keep up. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she doesn't have a lot to say. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she changes from day to day. Wanna tell her that I love her a lot, but I gotta get a belly full of wine. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, someday I'm gonna make her mine, oh yeah. Someday I'm gonna make her mine. So there we go, that was Her Majesty by the Beatles, included as the last track on Abbey Road. And as I say, I thought I'd put that together just because it's rather a pertinent song for the times. And I know a lot of people out there will be wanting to remember the Queen, and why not remember the Queen in a musical way? Thanks very much for joining me, and take care for now. All the best.